Earth had never been quiet. For centuries, its radio waves, television signals, internet transmissions, and even subtle planetary communications had spread across the stars. Humans did not know it, but countless alien civilizations listened. Some were curious, fascinated by the blue and green planet teeming with life. Others watched in caution, wondering if humans might someday pose a threat. Then one day, Earth went silent. It started slowly. A single satellite failed to transmit its signal. Engineers in orbit thought it was a minor glitch, a technical problem they could fix in hours. But soon, the failures multiplied. Communications networks stopped working. Television stations froze on the last frame. Air traffic systems shut down. Even the planet's military satellites ceased their usual signals. On the ground, people felt something strange. Phones rang but had no connection. Computers could not reach the internet. News stations broadcast static. For the first time in human history, Earth's voice in the universe disappeared entirely. Thousands of light years away, alien civilizations noticed. Monitors that had been tracking Earth for decades suddenly went dark. Signals from the planet, once steady and predictable, vanished completely. Panic rippled through the Galactic Council. Leaders of nearby star systems met in emergency convocation. "Earth has gone silent," one alien commander said. Its voice was low and trembling. "We must assume the worst." "Worst?" asked another, an older species with metallic limbs and a face covered in iridescent scales. "Do you mean the humans are dead?" "Or worse," the first replied, "or they have learned something dangerous." Speculation ran wild. Earth's silence was not just an anomaly, it was a threat. Every civilization that had relied on monitoring humans suddenly feared what they could not see. They feared humans because they had underestimated them before. They feared humans because they knew the species had survived countless natural disasters, pandemics, and wars. And now, with no warning, they disappeared. On Earth, however, life was far from over. Humans had not vanished. They were alive, but they had made a choice to protect themselves and test the universe. Unknown to the aliens, every major city, military base, and communication hub had gone into a deep operational lockdown. People moved underground, into massive subterranean complexes that housed laboratories, command centers, and living spaces. Above them, automated systems ran quietly, maintaining the planet's surface, energy grids, and orbital satellites without human presence. Captain Alina Ward stood in the control room of the largest underground facility beneath North America. She watched banks of holographic screens displaying satellite feeds, global maps, and automated sensors. "Everything is going according to plan," she said. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were sharp. "No transmissions. All automated systems are functioning. They don't suspect we are alive." A young technician, Ravi, looked up nervously. "Do you think they'll attack us? The aliens, I mean?" Elena shook her head. "Not yet. The council will first try to figure out why we went silent. They don't know we are watching them. Patience is our weapon." Above them, in the vacuum of space, the first alien scout approached Earth. Its sleek hull reflected the sun as it drifted silently through orbit. Sensors scanned the planet, picking up energy readings and atmospheric activity. From the aliens' perspective, the planet was active in some ways, heat signatures, moving structures, but there were no signs of intelligent activity. Inside the scout, Commander Thurak studied the readings. "The humans are gone," Thurak said, "but the planet is maintained. Something is still controlling it." The other officers whispered among themselves. "Perhaps it is a trap," one suggested. "Perhaps humans have learned to manipulate their technology without appearing alive. Perhaps they are waiting for us." Thurak's tentacles flexed in thought. "We must be careful. We will report back to the council." If humans are still alive and still clever, they could be a threat beyond our imagination. Back underground, Alina and her team monitored the alien vessel. They had already anticipated its arrival. Automated drones flew out of hidden orbital bays, carefully studying the alien scout. The drones were designed to be invisible, to leave only minimal traces of energy signatures. Drones are in position, Ravi reported. They don't know we are observing them. Alina nodded. Good, keep them under surveillance, but do not interfere. Let them make the first move. If they misjudge us, they will reveal their intentions. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, word spread of Earth's silence. Some civilizations prepared for war. Fleets that had been patrolling border systems were recalled. Scientists debated whether Earth had fallen to some natural disaster, a rogue AI, or a biological catastrophe. Few considered that humans could be hiding, waiting, and observing. On a distant starbase, Ambassador Rival of the Orcs species raised the alarm. If Earth is silent, they may be planning something. We cannot wait. The humans are unpredictable. Other leaders disagreed. We should not rush, said a voice from the edge of the council chamber. They could be dead for all we know. Acting aggressively could make enemies where none exist. The debate raged for hours. Meanwhile, humans silently observed all of it. Deep below the surface, Alina and her team analyzed the alien conversations they intercepted. They decoded messages, interpreted diplomatic signals, and predicted the Council's next steps. Every decision humans made above ground was mirrored underground by careful planning. Alina spoke to her team in a low, firm voice. We are the first species to survive long enough to make them doubt their assumptions. This is our advantage. They expect panic, chaos, fear. We give them none. This is how humanity wins, not by fighting but by thinking. A small beep sounded on one of the consoles. It was a recon probe sent months ago, now returning from the outer edge of the solar system. It carried a single message, a pulse broadcast toward the stars. We are alive. Alina smiled faintly. Good. Let them know we are here, but just barely. Enough to cause curiosity, not alarm. On the alien scout, Thurek received the faint pulse. He stared at the console, reading the energy signature and trying to interpret its meaning. The humans are alive, he whispered, but they are not communicating. They are hiding. This is unlike anything we have seen. The scout withdrew slightly, orbiting silently. Thurek sent a report back to the council. Earth is alive. Humans are active but concealed. They are watching us. Back underground, humans celebrated quietly. It was not a celebration of victory over enemies, but a quiet affirmation of survival, of ingenuity, of patience. For centuries, humans had been underestimated, fragile creatures on a small blue planet. Now, even the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy were unsure of what Earth could do. Alina walked through the control room, watching her team work. They fear us because they cannot predict us. They do not understand us. That is our greatest strength. And yet, even as humans prepared, uncertainty remained. The aliens would not remain idle forever. Eventually, they would attempt contact, or worse, test Earth's defenses. But humanity had time, and in that time, humans would demonstrate what made them extraordinary: intelligence, strategy, and courage. For now, Earth was silent. But silence, as it turned out, was louder than any scream. It spoke of hidden strength, careful planning, and the patience of a species that had survived countless threats and would survive countless more. Above the planet, stars shimmered in cold light. The galaxy was watching, uneasy. Humans waited, calm and confident, knowing the universe had not yet seen the full measure of their capability. And when it did, the galaxy would understand. Underestimating Earth was a mistake no civilization could afford to repeat. The alien scout had circled the Earth for 2 days, silently observing from orbit. Its sensors detected no human movement on the surface. No radio signals, no orbital transmissions, no spacecraft leaving the atmosphere. The planet seemed almost perfect, calm, controlled. Yet there was an energy signature, faint but persistent. Something alive maintained the planet's systems. Commander Thurak studied the readings with growing unease. The humans are still here, it said to its officers. But they are hiding. This is deliberate. They are waiting for us to make a mistake. The alien crew whispered among themselves. Fear was spreading like an invisible gas. They had known humans to be clever, yes, but nothing in their history suggested a species could vanish completely while keeping all technology running flawlessly. Below, in the subterranean city beneath North America, Captain Alina Ward and her team continued to monitor the alien movements. Automated drones quietly flew from hidden orbital bays, following the scout. Each drone's tiny sensors collected data on alien systems, energy usage, and trajectory. Every movement was cataloged, every signal decoded. Humans had prepared for this moment for years. Ravi, the young technician, watched the live feed from a drone orbiting the alien ship. They are studying the planet closely. What if they land? Alina's eyes remained fixed on the holographic display. If they land, we are ready. This is exactly what we wanted. Let them come to us. Let them see what they expect and let us observe their choices. The scout descended slowly toward the surface. Alien landing thrusters flared softly, avoiding large cities and populated areas. The vessel landed in an uninhabited area, far from human activity. Its sensors extended, scanning the terrain, measuring atmospheric composition, and searching for life. The humans watched, holding their breath. Automated drones shadowed the alien ship invisibly, recording every detail. The aliens had no idea they were being observed. Commander Thurak's voice echoed in the scout's cabin. Deploy the surface units. Proceed with caution. Do not provoke the humans. The hatch opened. Tall, metallic creatures with reflective scales stepped onto Earth's soil. Their eyes glowed faintly as they scanned the surroundings. The humans had prepared for this moment too. Surface sensors, camouflage drones, and advanced observation posts were all active, but invisible. A small reconnaissance drone moved silently, approaching the aliens' feet, recording their behavior. A voice came through the aliens' communication link, unintelligible to the human ear, but Alina and her team translated it in real time. They are cautious, she said softly. They suspect, but they do not know. This is good. The aliens explored carefully, avoiding what they assumed were human strongholds. The humans, underground, smiled at the irony. The aliens were afraid of what they could not see, just as humans had anticipated. Suddenly, one of the aliens approached a river and noticed the water moving in a pattern controlled by unseen mechanisms. Dams, locks, and automated flow regulators adjusted the current. The alien tentacles flexed. These humans, it whispered, they control everything. Even the planet itself obeys them. Alina watched on the control screens. They are beginning to realize that humans are more than just bodies. Our systems, our automation, it is part of our strategy. Hours passed. The aliens moved cautiously across the surface, cataloging every structure, every anomaly. They found empty cities, advanced energy grids, and automated transportation networks. For a moment, the alien crew seemed to doubt whether humans were still alive at all. But then subtle signs appeared. A building opened a hatch and closed again minutes later. A drone whirred overhead. A power grid shifted without explanation. Something alive was controlling the planet, but it was invisible. Thurak's eyes narrowed. The humans are here. They are active, and they are hiding us from them. The aliens paused, sensing the subtle manipulation of energy around them. Automated defenses adjusted, but not in an aggressive way, merely to observe, to track. The humans were watching, and the aliens knew it. Underground, Alina smiled. We are teaching them without teaching them. Every movement they make, every hesitation, every fear, it tells us more about their nature than any direct contact ever could. Ravi leaned closer to the display. Do you think they will attack us? Alina shook her head. No, they are cautious, but curiosity drives them. Humans understand fear, and fear can be controlled. We will not provoke them. We will let them decide what they see and learn. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, word of Earth's first contact spread quickly. Civilizations that had monitored humans for decades debated the planet's intentions. Some argued humans were dead. Others suspected a trap. Few guessed the truth. Humans were alive, clever, and patient. A fleet from the neighboring star system, observing Earth from afar, received reports from the scout. "The humans are active," said the fleet commander. "They are not broadcasting, but they are alive. We cannot predict what they will do." Back on Earth, automated drones intercepted a small alien probe that tried to gather soil samples near a mountain range. The probe sent back a message, "All clear. Humans not detected." Elena watched the transmission. "Perfect," she said. "They believe they are undetected. They are underestimating us. Let's see how long that lasts." The aliens continued their exploration, cautious but increasingly fascinated. Every structure they saw was far more advanced than expected. Cities were empty but alive with energy. Power grids ran flawlessly. Transportation systems adjusted dynamically. Even agriculture systems thrived without direct human intervention. Commander Thurak recorded observations. "The humans are gone in body but present in control. Their planet obeys them. Their intelligence is extraordinary." Elena's voice came through the subterranean comms. "They are learning, good. Every observation they make teaches them about our strategy, but it also teaches us about their thinking. We are ahead because we wait and they rush. Patience is our greatest weapon." Days passed. The aliens realized that Earth's silence was not a failure nor a disaster. It was a deliberate tactic. Humans had retreated to protect themselves, leaving the planet to run like a machine, alive, functional, and untouchable. Thurak's crew grew uneasy. "We expected empty cities, ruined infrastructure," it said. "Instead, everything is operational. They are hiding but not weak. They are prepared for any scenario." Underground, Elena monitored every move. "We are invisible but not passive. We control the environment." They fear the unknown. They fear what they cannot see. That fear will guide their decisions, and we will learn from every one of them. Even as aliens explored, humans remained vigilant. Automated systems maintained energy grids, weather controls, transportation, and food production. Satellites monitored the scout and communicated silently with underground command centers. The humans were hidden, but not inactive. One alien officer, curious and bold, attempted to leave the scout and approach a city. Sensors triggered, but not aggressively. A holographic warning flashed in the alien's view. "Do not proceed," it read. "Humans are aware." The officer froze. Thurak's eyes widened. "They see everything," it whispered. "They are not here, but they are everywhere. This is extraordinary." Elena's team exchanged smiles. "We do not need to confront them yet," she said. "We are proving a point." Humans survive not just by fighting, but by thinking, by planning, by patience. Let them feel our presence without understanding it fully. That is how they will respect us. By the seventh day, the aliens had mapped much of the uninhabited areas. They had seen advanced systems running, but still no humans. Every scan, every observation, every hesitation confirmed one truth: Earth was alive but invisible, and humanity, hidden beneath the surface, continued to watch. Their patience, ingenuity, and careful planning were the strongest defense the planet could have. They did not need weapons to make the aliens hesitate. They only needed their minds, their strategy, and their calm superiority. The alien commander finally spoke. "The humans are not what we expected. They are clever, patient, and far beyond any race we have underestimated before. We must report this to the council." Elena nodded silently to her team. "Let them report. Let them worry. Let them fear the unknown." That is the power of Earth's silence, and the beginning of humanity's reputation in the galaxy. Above ground, the sun set over empty cities. Lights flickered on automatically in residential areas as though someone still lived there. Streets moved silently with autonomous vehicles. Factories operated without workers. Every system, every machine, every automated function quietly demonstrated human ingenuity. And the aliens, though observing carefully, could not understand the full measure of it. Humans were alive, hidden, and in control. Every hesitation, every cautious step taken by the aliens confirmed what humans already knew. Patience and intelligence were the greatest strengths of their species. The galaxy was beginning to realize that underestimating Earth would be a grave mistake. Word of Earth's silence, and the alien scouts' cautious report, spread quickly across the galaxy. Within days, fleets were mobilized, council chambers filled with urgent debates, and spies and reconnaissance drones were dispatched to monitor Earth. Rumors ran wild. Some believed humans were dead. Others whispered of a superweapon hidden beneath the planet's surface. The unknown had a name now: Earth. Captain Alina Ward, deep underground, observed it all in real time. The humans' subterranean monitoring networks picked up transmissions from alien fleets moving toward the solar system. Every species was reacting differently. Some were cautious, sending small probes. Others mobilized entire starships preparing for potential war. Ravi, the young technician, stared at the holographic display. "They are preparing for war, just because we are silent," Elena shook her head. "Not because we are silent. Because we are humans. They do not understand patience, strategy, and intelligence the way we do. That uncertainty terrifies them." In the orbital command hub, drones watched the approaching fleets. Automated systems calculated trajectories, analyzed weapons systems, and predicted potential outcomes. Humans did not panic, they planned. Every move the galaxy made was anticipated, every action carefully studied. Thousands of light-years away, the Galactic Council convened in emergency session. Leaders of multiple star systems debated. What were the humans planning? Was Earth a trap or a weapon? Ambassador Rival, a seasoned Orcs diplomat, spoke first. "The humans are silent. That alone is enough to make every civilization uneasy. But more importantly, they are invisible yet present. Their automated systems maintain the planet perfectly. They do not broadcast signals. They do not respond to communication. And yet they are alive. That is terrifying." Another council member, a reptilian species known for their aggressive tactics, slammed a claw on the table. "Terrifying. They are a threat. We cannot allow them to grow unchecked. If they have hidden technology, hidden power, we must strike before they strike first." Thurak, the commander of the first scout ship, added cautiously, "Strike without understanding may be more dangerous than silence. The humans have survived countless threats. They do not act recklessly. They think. They anticipate." Meanwhile, on Earth, humans quietly observed every council transmission. Alina studied alien behavior, noting every sign of panic, hesitation, and aggression. "Fear," she said to Ravi, "is a tool. It teaches us about their decision-making, their morality, their limitations." "The galaxy is afraid of us and we have not done anything," Ravi frowned. "But what if they attack first? What if one of those fleets fires without warning?" Alina's gaze was steady. "Then we will defend ourselves, but carefully. They will not understand how humans think. That is our advantage. We survive by patience, intelligence, and observation, not just by force." Across the approaching alien fleets, some ships had already detected signs of automated human defenses. Energy shields adjusted without any visible control. Small drones intercepted probes and returned encrypted data. Alien commanders exchanged nervous messages. "They are watching us," one whispered. "We cannot see them, but they see everything." In one system, a young officer asked, "Why haven't they attacked? Why are they silent?" A veteran replied, "Because humans do not need to. Their silence is more powerful than any weapon. They control perception, uncertainty, and fear. That is their strategy." On Earth, Alina activated the planetary monitoring system. Every fleet movement, every communication, every probe was tracked. Humans did not move openly. They let the galaxy's own curiosity guide the next steps. A council representative sending a message toward Earth requested a meeting. We wish to understand your intentions. Respond. Alina read the message and smiled faintly. No response. Let them guess. Let them wonder. Let them fear. Humans do not reveal all at once. Automated drones continued subtle testing of alien fleets. Small, non-destructive signals were sent to see how ships would respond. Some pulled back cautiously. Others paused, analyzing. Not one made a full-scale attack. Every movement the humans observed taught them something about alien psychology, tactics, and patience. Meanwhile, rumors spread through the galaxy that Earth had a superweapon. Some imagined it as a planet-killing device. Others believed humans had mastered faster-than-light warships. Few realized the truth. The greatest weapon Earth possessed was its intelligence, patience, and strategic thinking. Back underground, Alina reviewed the data. They fear us because they cannot predict us, she said. They are used to threats they can see, threats they can measure. Humans are different. We survive in ways they do not expect. Ravi looked anxious. But they are preparing fleets. Some might try to attack, thinking it's a test. Alina shook her head gently. And when they do, they will reveal their true nature. Aggression, caution, curiosity, every reaction teaches us. And we are ready, always ready. Across the approaching fleets, council members debated the course of action. Some argued for diplomacy. Others warned that any delay might allow humans to grow more powerful. In every system, fear and uncertainty spread. Earth's silence had created more tension than years of galactic politics ever could. For humans, the situation was simple: observe, analyze, and remain unseen. Their subterranean networks recorded every fleet movement, every message, and every probe attempt. Every small action by alien forces became a lesson in understanding galactic behavior. Captain Alina walked through the control room, stopping at the main observation window. The holographic display showed the positions of every fleet, every scout, and every alien probe. "We are invisible," she said softly, "yet we are everywhere. They do not know it, but we are learning more about the galaxy in these days than any civilization has ever learned in centuries of open war." Ravi glanced at the screen. "They are nervous. I can see it." Alina nodded. "Good, fear sharpens observation. Fear slows action. They hesitate, and that is our advantage. Patience is not passive, it is power." The first probe from the Council's fleet attempted to land on Earth. Automated defenses detected it but did not destroy it. Instead, a small electromagnetic pulse redirected the probe gently away from human facilities, leaving no trace of human activity. Thurak, observing from the scout ship, recorded the anomaly. The humans, they are controlling everything without being visible. No attack. No signal. They are ghosts with intelligence. Meanwhile, rumors of Earth's hidden superpower spread faster than the fleets themselves. Alien species debated the meaning of the planet's silence. Philosophers wrote essays on the unpredictability of humans. Scientists speculated about their technological potential. Military leaders prepared contingencies. Underground, humans watched all of it. Data streamed from hundreds of automated sensors and drones, showing every reaction of the galaxy. Alina smiled. "They fear us without reason. That is the power of intellect and strategy. Our patience is teaching the galaxy humility." Days turned into weeks. Fleets circled the solar system cautiously, scanning, observing, and trying to decode human behavior. Nothing aggressive occurred. Every move, every hesitation, every scan told the humans what they needed to know. Then, an unexpected event occurred. One scout ship attempted to scan deep into the planet's surface, probing the underground complexes. Sensors detected its intrusion. Automated systems sent subtle signals, creating artificial anomalies to mislead the probe. The ship recorded the data and pulled back, uncertain and unnerved. Thurak's voice was tense. They are not here, yet they control everything. They anticipate our every move without appearing. This is genius. Alina watched the display silently. They will never understand us fully. That is our strength. Our presence is not in our bodies, but in our minds, our planning, our patience. That is what makes humans extraordinary. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Council, tension reached its peak. Some species pushed for an immediate strike, believing the human silence was a prelude to attack. Others argued that any aggression would be catastrophic, and that diplomacy or cautious observation was the only path. Earth remained calm, silent, and invisible, its people prepared not for war but for survival and understanding. Every fleet that moved closer, every probe that approached, every message sent into the void was carefully monitored, decoded, and analyzed. Humans were learning the galaxy while the galaxy feared humans. And the galaxy had begun to understand one immutable truth: patience, intelligence, and strategy could be more powerful than fleets of warships or superweapons. Captain Alina turned to Ravi. The galaxy fears us because they do not know us. When they do, they will either respect us or regret underestimating us. And for now, we watch, we wait, and we remain the quiet force the universe has never expected. Above the planet, stars shimmered, fleets hovered silently, and every alien ship prepared for a possible confrontation. Earth's silence, unbroken and deliberate, was louder than any battle cry. And humanity, hidden beneath the surface, continued its quiet work, observing, learning, and preparing for the moment when the galaxy would finally see the true measure of its ingenuity. The galaxy was afraid. And that fear, above all, was humanity's advantage. For months, the galaxy had watched Earth with a mixture of fear, fascination, and suspicion. Fleets hovered at the edges of the solar system, alien spies orbited in silence, and the Galactic Council debated endlessly. Rumors of Earth's secret power spread faster than light. But beneath the planet's surface, humans were calm. They had survived countless threats in their history, adapted to countless challenges, and now, the galaxy's uncertainty was another test of human ingenuity. Captain Alina Ward stood in the main command room of the subterranean complex. Around her, holographic displays showed every alien fleet, every scout ship, and every council transmission. The humans had been patient. Every movement by alien forces had been studied, catalogued, and analyzed. Every hesitation had been a lesson. Ravi, still young but sharper with each passing day, looked up. They are waiting. They want to know what we will do. Should we respond? Alina shook her head. Not yet. Patience is our greatest strength. They fear us because they cannot predict us. When we reveal ourselves, it must be carefully, so they understand our power without fearing it too much. We do not dominate, we teach. We demonstrate. That is human strength. Above, the alien fleets began to coordinate cautiously. Commander Thurak had sent reports to the Council, emphasizing what no one had truly grasped. Humans were alive, strategic, and far beyond what anyone had expected. They control everything, Thurak reported. Their bodies are hidden, but their minds, their technology, their strategy, it is everywhere. They anticipate our every move. The Council debated. Some feared that if humans revealed themselves, it might provoke war. Others argued that continued silence would only increase fear and uncertainty, potentially leading to rash decisions. On Earth, Alina made a decision. It was time for the galaxy to see humanity, not as a threat, but as a species worthy of respect. Prepare the communication relay, she said. We will speak to the Council directly, and we will show them what it means to underestimate humans. Automated systems and subterranean communication networks work together. Holographic messages, encrypted and yet fully transparent in intention, were sent to the Galactic Council. The aliens received them simultaneously on multiple channels: visual, audio, and energy pulses. The message was simple: humans are alive. We have observed you as you have observed us. We are prepared for any misunderstanding, but we will not act unless provoked. We seek understanding, not war. The council paused. Silence fell across the chambers. The message was unlike anything they had expected. It carried authority without threat, intelligence without arrogance. Thurak adjusted the view on the scout ship. They are confident but not aggressive. This is unprecedented. Meanwhile, humans revealed more than words. Automated drones and holographic displays projected controlled demonstrations of Earth's capabilities. Cities moved seamlessly with invisible automation. Power grids responded instantly to changes. Transportation networks adjusted dynamically. Even agriculture and water systems showed precise, intelligent coordination without visible humans. The aliens were stunned. They expected weaponized power, fleets of warships, or some secret military advantage. Instead, they saw intelligence, patience, and ingenuity. Every action was a lesson in strategy, efficiency, and control. Ambassador Rival, present in the council chambers, spoke first. These humans, they are not merely alive. They are beyond what we imagined. Their power is not in weapons, but in thought, planning, and control. They are extraordinary. Other species murmured in agreement. Fear was replaced by cautious respect. They had spent months preparing for conflict, only to realize the humans did not need war to assert their dominance. They had done it through intellect and patience. On Earth, Elena monitored reactions. "Notice their hesitation," she said. "They have prepared for aggression, but they see none. That is our lesson to them. Humans are strong but not reckless. We do not conquer, we guide. We do not destroy, we teach. That is how we survive, and that is how we earn respect." Thurak, aboard the scout ship, transmitted a message back to the fleet. "Humans are unlike any race we have encountered. They are not violent, but they are powerful in ways we cannot measure with weapons. We must approach with caution and respect." The council, after hours of debate, agreed on a course of diplomacy. Representatives from multiple species traveled to Earth, not to attack but to learn. Humans had earned a position of influence, not through force, but through strategy and intellect. Elena personally addressed the first alien delegation via holographic interface. Her voice was calm, steady, and confident. "You feared us because you did not understand us. You assumed we would act with aggression as other civilizations might. But humanity does not act blindly. We think, we plan, and we survive. That is our greatest strength." The aliens listened, captivated. Every word carried clarity, logic, and subtle authority. They began to understand the species they had underestimated for centuries. Ravi whispered, amazed. They actually understand," Elena smiled. "They are beginning to. It takes patience, observation, and guidance. That is how humans lead, without force, without threat, without domination. The galaxy will respect that more than fear ever could." Over the next weeks, humans continued to demonstrate their capabilities. They guided alien fleets in navigation, suggested improvements in resource management, and shared insights into advanced automation and energy use. Each gesture was measured, careful, and designed to teach, not dominate. Across the galaxy, reports spread of Earth's revelation. Humans were no longer seen as a simple species on a small blue planet. They were strategists, thinkers, and innovators, a civilization whose intellect could rival or exceed fleets, weapons, and armies of other species. Even the most aggressive species began to rethink their approach. Instead of planning attacks or preparing preemptive strikes, they sought collaboration. They wanted to learn from humans rather than challenge them. Elena watched all of it with quiet satisfaction. "We did not have to fight," she said. "We did not need weapons. All we needed was patience, intelligence, and strategy. That is humanity's true power." For the first time in centuries, the galaxy paused and listened, not in fear but in respect. Humans had shown that strength was not always measured in firepower, but in intellect, patience, and understanding. And as alien representatives finally set foot on Earth, they saw a planet alive and thriving. Cities operated autonomously, energy flowed flawlessly, and the natural environment remained healthy and balanced. Humans emerged from hiding, not to conquer but to greet, to teach, and to guide. Thurak, stepping onto the surface, looked around in awe. "They are remarkable," it said softly. "Everything is controlled, balanced, and intelligent. They do not need to fight. They do not need to dominate. They only need to think." Alina approached, extending her hand in a gesture of peace. "We are humans," she said simply. "We survive by thinking, we guide by understanding, and we respect those who do the same." For the first time, the galaxy understood the true meaning of HFY. Humans, through patience, ingenuity, and intelligence, had earned their place not by fear, not by violence, but by excellence. And as the first alien delegation shook hands, or equivalent appendages, with humans, a new era began. The galaxy would never again underestimate Earth. Ravi looked at Alina, awe in his eyes. "We did it, without a single shot fired." Alina smiled. "Yes, because humanity's greatest weapon is not in war, but in thought, strategy, and the courage to remain calm when everyone else panics. That is what makes humans extraordinary." Above Earth, stars twinkled silently. Fleets that had once hovered with suspicion now moved with cautious respect. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would not forget. Underestimating humans was the gravest mistake any species could make. And humanity, patient, intelligent, and calm, was ready for whatever challenges awaited, because the universe now knew that Earth was alive, aware, and capable beyond measure. The silence had ended, but the respect it earned would last for generations.